Practical notes: in 1987, European states signed an international agreement named the Common Transit Convention. To accelerate and facilitate the trade between countries, Turkey became a party to this convention in 2012. Today, 27 EU members, 4 EFTA members, Iceland, Norway, Switzerland, and Liechtenstein, Turkey, Serbia, Macedonia, Ukraine, and the United Kingdom are the members of this convention. So, there are 36 countries in the Common Transit Zone. The meaning of facilitating and accelerating the trade is that states do not immediately collect taxes such as customs duty, VAT and excise duty, which they must collect due to the movement of an internationally traded good, and suspend these obligations. Nevertheless, European states wanted to guarantee the taxes they had to collect in case of unexpected situations such as the sale, smuggling, and commercialization of goods passing through their customs territory before reaching their destination, and this led to the emergence of the companies such as Oregon, which are called the holder of the procedure or the principal. The companies called the principal obtained financial instruments in the form of non-cash letters of guarantee, by concluding agreements with a bank, insurance company or another financial institution, and they assume financial obligations by giving guarantees to the customs administrations of the states within the Common Transit Zone through the electronic system called NCTS, by using these guarantees. The companies called the principal undertake the guarantees covering the customs duty and other taxes on behalf of the companies trading within the Common Transit area, against a small fee. Thus, they make use of a portion of the total amount written in their own letters of guarantee. If the states within the Common Transit Zone did not have to collect customs duty, VAT, excise, etc. for the goods passing through their territory, then there wouldn't be any need for the companies like Oregon. Goods moving under the transit procedure pass from the customs offices such as the departure customs, transit customs and destination customs and move while accompanied with certain types of transit declarations. These declarations are called Transit Accompanying Document, TAD, and there are kinds of it such as T1, T2, TR, T, T2F, and T2L. There are also Entry Summary Declarations called ENS, Entry Summary. ENS, Entry Summary, and EXS, Exit Summary, are actually non-NCTS applications. ENS is part of ICS, Import Control System, and EXS is part of Export Control System, both are EU applications. However, the United Kingdom has notified that it shall maintain its own ENS system, and it shall become mandatory for inbound traffic from 2022 on. Oregon conducts reference searches of the companies, to which it will provide guarantee services, and if deemed appropriate, initiates a client relationship with them by signing a contract. In case the clients request the service for raising transit declarations on behalf of them, then these requests for declaration raising and guarantee services are sent via email. In principle, T1 regime is applied for the goods with non-EU origin. T2 regime is applied to the goods with EU origin. TR regime, national transit, is for the goods, of which the departure and destination customs offices are within Turkey. T regime is applied, in case both EU origin and non-EU origin goods exist in the goods. T2 if intra-community transit regime is applied to the movement of community goods shipped to /from/ between the non-financial territories of the community customs zone, such as the Canary Islands, the Channel Islands, the French Guiana. The Code of National Transit Regime is NT in Macedonia and Serbia. We may not provide national transit in Macedonia and Serbia, as only national guarantees are accepted in national transits. The UK decided to accept international guarantees also in national transits, therefore we can create UK national transits with T1 code. Within the territory of Turkey, there is a stamp duty every time a declaration is commenced, such as like TR and T1. As a rule, customs declarations are subject to stamp duty. However, if export T1s are closed normally pursuant to the application of stamp duty is not sought for documents subject to export, then stamp duty is not paid. However, if they are cancelled, not used, then stamp duty should be paid. Practical notes. End of Part 1. Practical notes. Part 2. HS code. It is the commodity code, thus, the identification number of the goods. It is known as GTIP in Turkey. GTIP is a number that can be broken down up to 12 digits. When raising the declaration, we send the first 6 digits of it to the Customs Administration. HS codes are compatible for EU and Turkey as of the first 8 breakdowns. Countries can break after 8 digits according to themselves. There are 10, 11, 12-digit breakdowns in different countries. Learn, local reference number. It is the temporary registration number received when the declaration is raised and received by the Customs Administration through the NCTS system without any error. Initially, draft of the declaration is created. Oregon carries out that. While doing this, information on the documents such as the exportation declaration, road transport document called CMR, convention merchandise routier, and invoice received from the client are used. There are also declarations created by the client on the system. They consist of the majority. The draft declaration passes through our internal control, obtains the LEARN number and goes to customs through the NCTS system. The customs officer compares the information on T1 with the documents delivered to him by the transportation company driver, agency or errand boy and gives approval, if the information is compatible. When the officer has the barcode on T1 read, T1 information is entered into the electronic system. At this stage, the declaration receives the MRN number, movement reference number. This is the principal customs registration number. If we need to make a change on the declaration, we may do it at the stage between LEARN and MRN. We cannot make changes on the declaration, which has received MRN. Exceptions are correcting the attached export declaration via NCTS and changing the guaranteed letter information before the declaration comes to the transit release status. The summary declaration is sent to us by the client, and we enter it into the system. The summary declaration contains information such as bill of lading number, number of pallets, weight, container number, port of departure, origin of the goods and consignor. We enter this information into the T1 declaration. GRN, Guarantee Reference Number, is the number of our letter of guarantee. Our German letter of guarantee is 30 million euros plus 150 million euros. Our Romania letter of guarantee is 25 million Romanian lei. Some of the Turkish GRNs are valid only nationally, while others are valid also internationally. In addition to haulage companies, logistics firms, forwarders, the customs intermediaries and other authorized brokerages may also become our clients. We send the first 6 digits of the goods HS code to Customs Office. The logic of the code goes from the general to the specific. Oregon system pulls data from NCTS. We can see the status of the approvals. Email is received from the client. We prepare the draft of the declaration. The document obtains the LEARN first and then the MRN number. The vehicle is released after the customs control and approval. At this stage, our guarantee is tied. The vehicle passes through the transit customs offices and arrives to the destination customs office. Destination customs office checks the goods and the declaration. If there is not any problem, it notifies the departure customs office, and the declaration is closed. At this stage, our guarantee is released. If there is a problem, the departure customs office can initiate an investigation and our guarantee may remain as tied. While filling in the new NCTS declaration form, The vehicle license plate of the transportation company is confirmed through the e-Government Vehicle Inquiries section. The section of vehicle that shall cross the border is not filled in, unless extra information is provided. ENS type declaration is a maritime declaration. Any fee is not collected for this. Any charge is not collected. When it is made together with T1, it is charged when it is independent. No guarantee is required for ENS, it is a service for making the platform available. When adding a new consignor company to the system, tax number and the information, exporter TIN, are obtained from the NCTS system of the Ministry of Commerce and recorded in the system. If there is more than one consignee and consignor, these sections are left empty on the first page. Then, the consignor and consignee are entered separately for each item in the goods information section. Practical Notes. End of Part 2. Practical Notes Part 3. If the goods are food product and there is more than one item, information for each item is entered into the system separately. Sometimes, even if it is food, a single item may be written, if the pallet's information is not received from the client separately. In such cases, it is necessary to inform the customer by email accordingly. If there are second, third and other items, the information about the goods in these fields is provided in the form called the continuation list. The export declaration number is the number located under the barcode on the export declaration. The first 2 digits are the year information, the next 6 digits are the departure customs code. If X phrase is present, then it is exportation declaration. If there is in phrase, it is the summary declaration, and if in phrase is present, then it is the bonded warehouse declaration. If more than one item information is being entered, the export declaration partial box should be specified as yes for the first items. The last item should be specified as no. No need to change the package type and description. Invoice number must be entered into the document number box. The document date is also the invoice date. The document status should be as document and it is brought automatically. If the free zone transaction form, FCTF, is opened, Add Declaration Document is clicked. When writing the container number in the TR declaration, there should be no spaces. 11-digit number is written here. If the vehicle plate number does not appear, the container number is also written on the trailer plate section. If it is not registered, Add a New Record is selected. All items info should be entered one by one in the TR declaration. In the Transit Customs Offices section, if the exit customs is Kopkul, then the transit customs on the Bulgarian side is Kapitan Andreevo. If the customer said to write also the Hamzaveli customs, this means that the transit customs of Lesovo on the Bulgarian side shall also be written. If the exit customs is Uppsala, then the transit customs on the Greek side is Kipanevru. The transit customs in Serbia is Terminal Grajina. In Macedonia, it is Deve Bear Patniki, and in the United Kingdom it is generally Dover. In Switzerland it is Basel or Schaffhausen. Norway's transit customs is Spinnysund. Bajikovo customs is written as the transit customs in Croatia when entering from non-EU Serbia, such as the entry from Turkey to Bulgaria. Each time the status of the country on the route is changed as the EU and non-EU, the transit customs of the country entered should be written. The fact that which destination customs office can be written on the T1 is related to the territories where our guarantee is valid. If RoRo leaves from SESM, Ulusoi should be selected as the RoRo operator. In other cases, DFDS should be selected. If the type of the invoice is exempted, then it means there is no VAT. We display the guarantee higher when Karaman Customs Office is in question. Destination Customs Office code should be given by the client, it is not in the export declaration. The plate numbers and the route info are also found in the email. If there is ENS, the mode of transport is RoRo. If going to Italy by RoRo, we select Punto Franco Nuovo Transit Customs for Trieste Port, IT 129103. Unless otherwise written like Bari, 90% it goes to Trieste. Those going to Bari and Ancona pass through Greece. There are Adriatic ferries from the port of Igoumenitsa. This line is generally preferred because it is an express for southern Italy, and it is shorter for those coming from Spain and France to Italy by ferry. The transit time is shorter. Border customs box in the route section refers to the customs office on Turkish side. When the declaration raising process is finished, PDF format of the document, which has received the LEARN number, is sent to the client. Then the declaration is brought to the closed status as a ticket. Net weight may not be provided in the FCTF. There is not any exportation declaration number in this document. If not provided in this document, the number of pallets may be written as 0. Add declaration document is selected, Souther is selected and FCTF no. :XXXXXX is written in the document number box. If the HS codes of the goods and the items are the same, then they may be arranged as a single item. Practical Notes End of Part 3. Practical Notes Part 4. In cases where different items must be entered, if the pallets, kilogram distribution is not provided, and then it is requested from the client. If you receive the answer you can make it randomly, then the pallets and the kilogram may be distributed. The goods definition may be left as it is in FCTF. Emails received under the name of Ramazan Market are actually our customer named Aziz International. But if the email contains the expression Sumbul, then the account of client named Sumbul is selected. If items continue in food type goods, then it means that the export declaration is partial. In the summary declaration, there is a movement of goods from a port or customs office within Turkey to a customs office again within Turkey. However, foreign customs offices exist in T1 declarations referring export declaration. There is not any exportation declaration number in the summary declaration, and Souther is selected by clicking Add Declaration Document. The reason of writing Z means that there is an attached declaration. We check whether the declarations filled in by the clients are correct or not. We try to understand and minimize risk situations. GUA_INV, guarantee invalid message, guarantee invalid. If the GRN or access code is incorrect or there is not enough balance remaining in the GRN, this error appears. Structured NCTS messages and data content for the information exchange are available in Transit Manual pp. 215 to 219. The NCTS system gives the LEARN by making the main checks of the draft declaration. But it cannot see the pallets or weight information in the summary declaration, warehouse and FCTF declarations. The system still gives LEARN despite this. LEARN assigning is different in some countries, we send it empty, and the system gives LEARN, TR, DA, PL, and in others we are Spedition, customs brokerage, assigns LEARN and sends it, GR, BG, UK, NK, RO, if Hamza Bailey and Kopkool are given together as exit customs in an email, Kapitan Andreevo and Lesovo are written in the transit customs boxes. The client actually does not know at that moment from which gate he or she will exit, it will become clear on the way. Changes, deviation, at transit customs are always possible. When the declaration is submitted for approval, if a red message is displayed stating that there is no TCGB, it cannot be released, or it is not export, it means that the export declaration is blocked. It means that the customs procedures of exportation have not been completed by the client or his representative yet. When writing a summary declaration in Turkey, the warehouses, from where the goods shall be withdrawn, have codes such as AHL Chaleba, G0257, AHL Cargo, G0220, AHL Tasis, G0020. Almo G. Di Palama, G7077, Embaro Gopra, A3400179, Embaro Comport, G0058, Embaro Lardis, G004244, Embaro Marport, G0060. Chalebanu Airport, G34000020, DHL, G0223, DP Word, G41000002, Eviap Port, G0171, Halkal Station, G34000007, Halkal Gopra. A3400084, Hafiz New Airport, G34000019, Haydar Pasa, G0029, Erzan, G0204, MNG AHL, G34000004, G0178. MNG AHL, G0238, MNG New Airport, G34000016, Sabiha Kakshen, G0220, THY New Airport, G34000015 Port. G0038, G0197. The expression of Istanbul's Specialized Free Zone Directorate on the NCTS means Ataturk Airport SBM. Practical Notes. End of Part 4. Practical Notes Part 5. If the departure customs offices are the customs such as Haber, Silfgozu, and Sarp, and the declaration type is T1, then these are submitted by using the Turkish letter of guarantee. Destination customs office and the destination country may be different places in transit declarations. In transactions starting from Turkey, this issue is very sensitive due to the transport permits. Information such as the invoice number, whether the goods are in the warehouse or not, and the warehouse code are not written in the T1S referring the warehouse declarations. These are written in the T1S referring the summary declarations. It is sufficient to write how much of each item will be withdrawn and the warehouse declaration number on T1S referring warehouse declarations. The quantity on the right side of the value amount in the warehouse declaration is the amount to be withdrawn. Since we want the warehouse declaration to be submitted with Turkish guarantee letter, this declaration must be sent by someone having the authority to choose the type of guarantee letter. In the warehouse declaration, the consignor and consignee information are written according to the invoice. If weight information is available, then net weight is also written. To understand who the main client is, it is necessary to check the company under which the vehicle plate number is registered and the companies on the email. In case the OCORA 20001 error code may not be released or not export is received when the draft declaration is submitted for approval on the NCTS system, the status of the declaration may be inquired through the link of the Ministry of Commerce, uklama.gtb.gov.tr/bayaning sorgulama, and it may be confirmed that the error is caused by the client. In such cases, the draft declaration is sent to the client in PDF format via email and they are asked to inform when the export declaration process is completed. When the blockage is removed, the email is received from the client, the process continues and the approved declaration, which has received a LERN, is sent to the client. The error with code 13020 is due to the busyness of the NCTS system. It is necessary to submit the draft for approval again. If the departure customs office is Gaziantep, the goods should be written item by item, even if goods type is not food. Kayseri Customs Office is both normal customs and free zone directorate. In cases where there is an export declaration, if the cargo amount excesses the capacity of one truck, there may be as many different T1S as there are different trucks. Thus, if a goods will be transported by more than one truck, because it exceeds 27 tons, a separate T1 is written for each truck. While doing this, the export partial box should be selected as yes, yes, no. If the draft T1 with partial no is submitted for approval first, the system gives error for drafts with partial yes. On Bulgarian NCTS, the guarantee is submitted in 3 parts: VAT, excise, and customs duty. On Bulgarian NCTS, there is a form requiring the additional information in transit for autos and auto parts, otherwise it gives an error message. Practical notes. End of Part 5.